Tough one. First off, I just want to say that I'm really proud of Coach Nix and our offense and how they prepared these guys and what they did. You know, we laid out a plan earlier in the week of what we needed to get done, and I think credit goes to our players, our coaching staff for getting that done. I thought they did a really good job. Defensively, they we were stopping them early, and they switched. That was different than what they've done all season long. I guess if you exclude the end of the Texas game when they were behind, they had to play that type of offense. And they started playing that. We didn't respond well. We made too many mistakes and could not get stops, enough times on defense, and that was really a difference in the game. I just want to say, like, those kids. It was a lot on them in a week, and we challenged them, and they responded. And this is Auburn. We didn't come here to get close or make the game close or fight till the end. We came here to win championships. That's what we're going to do. We're building a program to win championships, and that's the first step. First, I guess you got to get it there. But I'll tell you what, there's some character in that room. These guys, every coach in the country is calling this team, trying to drag them in the portal, going other directions, and those guys. They stuck together for one another. And so no more victories, no nothing. We're not happy about it. We're going to win these games, though. So you got to take steps, and that's what we're going to do. But those guys competed. They competed for one another and fought till the end. And the other team just made more plays than we did. Credit to them. Questions?
Jason, Brian, Daryl.
No, just what you said about Ashton Daniels, his performance tonight, and coming back after last week to play the way he did tonight.
Yeah, pretty special, wasn't it? Guy converted throwing the ball, made quick decisions, got the ball out of his hand, converted running the ball, just really managed our offense really well. Just that's my first time like listening in and hearing and all that. I mean, he was just absorbing information and making good decisions throughout that entire game. I can't say enough, man. That kid's got some substance to him.
Right.
Durkin talked all week about getting the ball through playmakers, Cam Coleman, Eric Singleton, all have big nights. Maybe career nights, but the job that they're next to getting the ball done.
Yeah, tremendous. I mean, those guys I'm looking at right now. I mean, Eric had 11 catches, Cam had 10. Those guys are two of the best football players in the country, and so that was our plan, to get them the ball as much as possible. Credit Derek Nix. That guy's a tremendous football coach, tremendous person. He had his chance and did a great job with it. We're very proud of him.
Coach, with all the positives tonight and the way this team battled adversity, kept coming back. When you look at the penalties at the end of the night, there was a lot of things, left some points on the table, on the field with some penalties. How do you address that in the upcoming week?
Yeah, aggressive penalties, I don't mind them. We're going to play aggressive. We're going to swing. You know, I've certainly there were some PIs there, but we got to clean up with our hands and grabbing. Sure, we're going to coach the technique on that. But aggressive penalties, the ones that hurt you are ones that are before or after the whistle that are avoidable. But I just tell you, our kids were emotional. They were playing hard. They competed like crazy out there. And again, that's a credit to them and the unity they have with one another.
Go Ferd, Fred, Ike, Johnny.
DJ, you said that they changed their offense, Vanderbilt did, can you kind of go into that a little bit more, just kind of what was getting y'all some trouble?
I mean, it was tempo and spread sets, and that's not what they've been. They've been run the ball and all 2-3 tight end sets and moving around, and I think they saw early on that probably wasn't going to be what was going to work. I think probably the 2-minute drive at the end of the half gave them a little life to say, okay, let's stay in this. They came out in the second half. They were going tempo. They did a good job of not allowing us to sub in situations that caught us. And we were made two mistakes. There were plays we cut a guy loose, busted a coverage. I don't think we've done that since the first game of the season, but we did it tonight. And so those things you can't win a game like this on the road when you do those things.
Coach, 4 or 5 in the first half on third downs, moving the football in the second half. 6 of 13 ended up for the game. What did Vanderbilt do in the second half to get you guys off the field?
Yeah, I just think. They made some plays in a couple of those. I think we got in third and longer. Sometimes it's the third down numbers are what they are, but it's a lot of it's first down too, where if you win on first down, those third downs become manageable and you can win them. And, so some of those we got in third and longer, which those are hard to win consistently. We did win a couple of them, but to do that consistently is difficult.
Coach, this is your first opportunity to be in the head coaching position and see the Auburn crowd on the road. What can you say about the way the fans turned
Yeah, tremendous. I love our fans. They don't. Our fans are just one of a kind. They don't care, how the season's going or what you're doing or where the game is. They show up. They showed up great. That stadium, there was orange and blue everywhere. So credit to them. And man, we try to give them our very best out there, but they deserve that.
Johnny?
The decision to go to Coleman so many times with those 50-50 balls, the one-handed grab, and then you go back to him on the two-point play. You said you made a concerted effort to make sure he got the ball more. Does he come to you throughout the week and says, I want the ball more, or is that just a decision on the offensive staff?
Cam's the ultimate team player. If Cam didn't get one throw at him, he'd block all night. He'd go run all night and be the first one congratulating the next guy. Cam's a team player, but that's a decision by us as coaches to say Cam is one of the best players in the country. He needs the ball. And that's what we did. He did a great job with it. I mean, he showed it.
Jason Brown?
DJ, you talked about tempo. You guys went tempo offensively. How much of that was a concerted effort to try to get some tempo and rhythm back to this offense?
Yeah, I thought give us a spark and get us moving, and it was effective. And I thought we mixed in some huddle and in and out of it, and again, I thought it was a really, really good plan, executed well by our players.
Right.
How difficult was it to defend Bobby tonight, especially when they spread things out and just let him make plays?
Yeah, it hurt us, man. That was one of our keys to win the game. We cage him, and it was different guys at different times, but he certainly did. He converted some big plays with his feet, and that just breaks down the defense. And when that happens, man, and then he does a good job keeping his eyes down the field, and he can move and still deliver the ball. And so, just some critical downs. We let him out of the pocket, and that hurt us. And then there were some third downs we had to win and get off the field.
In the back on this side of the room.
Alex McPherson had another big night, huge field goal before half. What did you think of his performance, and was there any thought about trying to kick a 60-yarder there at the end of regulation?
There was a lot of conversation about it. I mean, that's out of his range. We tried to hit the quick out to maybe add 5-7 yards on that and then kick one. But obviously they kind of played that. It wasn't there, so Ashton just threw it out of bounds like he should have. So yeah, I mean that's a little bit out of his range. But that guy, I mean, inside 50 yards or whatever it is, I mean he's money. He's just great competitor, and it's nice knowing when you put him on the field you're going to get points.
Coach, I know you got emotional talking about these players, but one thing I noticed tonight, I think other people did as well, is that earlier in the year, anytime there was adversity or Auburn lost the lead, it just seemed like it took the life out of the team. They were deflated. Tonight, time after time, they didn't quit. They kept coming back. Talk about what that means to you as a head coach tonight.
Yeah, it was, again, just great to see our guys' response. We talk a lot about response, and our guys, they did that. They kept battling. Sure, there was ups and downs throughout the entire game. We talked about it. There was going to be. And our guys never flinched. They really didn't. They flinched all the way to the last play. They battled.
Peter?
Offensively, what did you guys feel like needed to change for this kind of performance, offensive explosion to happen?
Again, I just think getting the ball to those guys. I probably said earlier in the week. It's like it's not really what you do. It's how you do it and who's doing it. And so we figured we can fix those two things. And that was our focus, really, mainly on how we're doing things and who's doing it.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.